Hey, good afternoon, guys. Hey, not wet, just cold, yeah. Um, no, I didn't. And actually, around here, it's something like 20 past 2 in the afternoon. So, no time where I used to pee in the bed. Yeah, but you're completely right. I'm pretty early today. Again, yeah, it's what I already said yesterday. My family is out, so I have the weekend here on my own. Yeah, the future. Yeah, it's nice. I feel good, so I can really recommend the future. Just wait for an hour and you will feel in the same way nice as I do right now. Yeah, yeah, the time shift is a funny thing, isn't it? Yeah, all of you guys, I already see there is a few people dropping into the stream right away. Welcome, nice to have you. I hope you are having a good weekend. And yeah, I had been streaming a lot of U-Boat the last days, and this is one timed, extraordinarily timed stream, which I do here. And so I'm gonna do. Oh no, server restart. Okay, all right. Let's hope that the server is stable. I mean, this is a weird time. 19 minutes past 2 o'clock in the afternoon is a weird time for a server restart. So, yeah, best case, if they just have that weird times for restart, or worst case, they do have some stability problems at the moment. I'm actually trying to play DeerIsle, DayZ DeerIsle, on the day zero, one of the day zero servers, and I actually did have some problems to get on to the server each time the load was interrupted, and I ended up on this entry screen here with the failure message that some mods were faulty, and I did some reload of mods and then several times try and again. And yeah, finally I entered the server and then I started the stream, and now we get kicked because of server restart. Let's hope that it's just a, well, regular restart and no stability issues on their side. Oh, Red Dead. Yep, I did it, but I just did it for something like 2 hours, and I have to admit that it didn't hook me. But maybe you have to dive in deeper. Maybe I just didn't have the patience to really get to it. I could well imagine that that it works and that it's nice. It's just, yeah, you need to get into the gameplay and understand a few concepts. In principle, I think I liked it, but it was like, yeah, I have so many, quite a few different games which I'm playing, and so it's always a little bit of a um, yeah, hampering me to start something new because again you have one more thing that eats up your time. Yeah, okay, I will keep that in mind. Yeah, maybe this weekend would have been a good opportunity to dive into something new, but now it's almost over. So I guess my family will be back in, say, 3 hours or something. And I decided to do this little old school stream. Meanwhile, so let's see if the server is up online again. Join Discord. Come on. I usually don't join the Discords. Because, yeah, for immersion reason, I really love to just use the means of communication that you have in the game, which usually is just direct communication. Or you have these radios. So fingers crossed. At least it was a server restart. Okay, there we have connection problems. That doesn't look well. It's a US server, yeah. Okay, but yeah, I think I will be kicked out again any minute with these connectivity problems. Although I'm pretty sure that it is not a problem on my side. Oh no, still connectivity. This symbol on the top left screen. Yeah, okay, I have very high ping. Oh well, now it's fluctuating actually, but now it's back low. Looks all right. Yeah, it's a US or Canadian server, I guess. And usually I don't have any problems here from Germany on American servers. But now and then, if I look at the launcher, the connectivity is all right. I have a ping of 140 or something, and it just sometimes jumps to something like 200 or more, but mostly stable between 100 and 150, which should be all right. My ping is too high, the admin says, yeah. So I don't get a stable connection at the moment to this server. That's what it looks like. I have peaks. If I look towards my bitrate, transmitted bitrate, there are certain peaks, and I think this is an indication that something is not right with the connection. Something is not correct with the connection. Yeah, give me another 1 or 2 minutes to check. Maybe we are going to choose another server. Yeah, still, I think it's a server instability. Of course, this is always easy to say. It's not my fault, it's their fault, but let's see, what about other US servers here, for example, Zero. That's also US servers, and not day one, right? Zero is the European server, but let's find the day one. Do I have a day one server? Which, yeah, okay. They all have wonderfully low ping. Looks a bit like this server is particularly unstable. Okay, there we are. All right, guys. So, let's check for another server. Yeah, I leave the mic on and tell you what I'm doing. So my goal actually was to play on a DeerIsle 6.0 server. And DayZ seemed to be a good one. Let's see, then here we have the Wildlands server. Point is there. The Wildlands servers are nice, it's only that it's evening there. This one has a time acceleration of ×4, which I don't quite like. So come on, let's go for Wildlands. But I would have to change the title of the stream, right? Can I do that on the flight? I think I can't. Yeah, well, it's still DayZ, just another server. So let's go for the Wildlands server. Let's drop out of this one. And it's not that populated and it's evening, but let's see how nightfall feels. I think the Wildlands server has pretty short nights. Or we go for the mystery DeerIsle. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, but it has this ×4 time acceleration. Don't like it. Come on, let's do the Wildlands. It has very slow time progression. It's just factor ×2 for the time acceleration, but I think they have accelerated time overnight. So there is dusk, and then between dusk and dawn, time acceleration is pretty high, and I quite like that because I don't really like to play at night, particularly not on those servers where there are dark nights. So, yeah, 6 o'clock. Okay, zombies down there already. Let's get a few steps up. Okay, yeah. Here we are. Oh, that actually scared the shit out of me. Shall we continue? Shall we continue with this live? Or start a new one? Maybe I would like to continue with this one. Yeah, I do have this scorpion in my hand and obviously no space to put it. I can put it there, but it's empty. It's in good condition, but no mag. And actually no rounds for that one. Few hooks, improvised fishing hooks, a smoke grenade. Come on, this is something that I really don't need. And a few pistols. Okay, I have this one with the full mag, the Makarov, and the others probably. That's the P1. It's empty and I don't have any rounds for it. And that's the M-Log. Nice gun, but without rounds, also pretty useless. So the P1 and the M-Log are 9mm, which I don't have. Now it's getting nighttime. Shoes are alright. My equipment seems to, looks pretty alright. I am warm at the moment. I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty. Yep, okay, so I would say everything looks fairly okayish. Let's see how dark it's actually gonna become. Oh yeah, I remember. I was at the airfield. I actually ventured down towards the airfield. Let's get up the hill to get a better overview. I actually did a bit of looting down at the airfield. Yeah, it's sometime, maybe 2 weeks ago, that I did play this live here on the server, but yeah, now I remember. Yeah, shit. There is zombies spawning here in the middle of nowhere. Ah shit, I've got the wrong mouse. I've got the mouse with the, faulty right mouse button. Let me check that. Ah yeah, the mouse button is not working properly. Yeah, now it works. Luckily I have the other mouse just around here. Oh shit. So this will probably have given my gear some damage. Yeah, could have been worse. Could have been worse. So now it's dark. And there are zombies roaming the hills. Bad weather. Now it's really the question what to do. Let's go where my guess is that it is west. I think the runway is heading from east to west. And I guess this is the west end. And the sky looks a little bit brighter there. But it's a bit of guesswork. It's really a bit of guesswork. What do we see there? Wow. What is this? That might well be another player. That's so eerie. I never play it much at night, so I seldomly have that experience. But this is eerie when you see some light in the apocalypse. It is pretty high probability that this light is indicating a player. If you look at it, it's not moving. The light is not moving. There is a guy crafting or something. No. What? Oh, okay. Maybe this is just this. Yeah, there is a castle which has some kind of eerie shine. Some spooky light. Okay. so dark. I don't have any lamp or something. I could just fall down a cliff. And only recognizing it when I impact at the bottom. Yeah, come on guys, that doesn't make sense, right? To play in the complete darkness. The night can't be that short. Yeah, let's switch server once more. Sorry guys, but playing in the night, streaming in the night is really not making much sense. Let me check any other. Yeah, still there is the mystery server. It's 11 o'clock on the mystery server in the morning. Plenty of people on it. And yeah, time acceleration factor of 4. That's a, yeah, okay, but maybe I shouldn't be cherry picking too much. So let's exit this one and start the other server. It's DeerIsle as well, and it's also first person, and it's also DeerIsle 6.0. It's also vanilla-like, so no schnick-schnack like safe zones or traders or your position marked on the map. Nothing like that. I'm not sure if I still have a character on that map. Let's see. Let's hope that it works first. Yeah, this one. So fingers crossed that we get onto the server. Yes, looks good. There is something like 40 guys on the server. Okay, we start anew. That's good. I like this better. It's daylight and we have a fresh character. Let's just hide away briefly. So check the situation. Yeah, we have an apple. Let's have the apple. Crop hiking pants, yeah. Well, yeah, it's always a bit tricky to find out where you are on DeerIsle, because in contrast to when the map was new, meanwhile you have such a wide variety of spawning points. And yeah, there is so much wilderness on DeerIsle. So I've been playing many hours on DeerIsle, but still it's, yeah, you still run into places where you have the feeling that you've never been there before. So I do have a gut feeling. Let's see, yeah, 40 people on the server is risky to run into others. But yeah, I have to admit that in the past, the past weeks or months, I haven't been playing much of DayZ in favor of U-Boat. And when I did play DayZ, I used to do it on not so crowded servers. which is a little bit of change in policy of mine, because in the past I used to particularly try to only play on mostly full service, which is of course big risk of being killed, but also big chance of getting in contact with people. And I love that so much. If you're okay, unknown food can. You can eat it, but you should be careful because the content is so disgusting. If you don't eat it carefully, bite, you have to vomit, and then you lose all the content of your stomach. Yeah, but no, right in the game I feel, yeah, it's an old love, and when I'm in the game I feel enthusiastic about the game right away again. So what do we have here? Raincoat, worst insulation. Well, anything here? Oh, that looks better. Duct tape, that's good. So let's change. And wear the bomber jacket. It is damaged, but it gives me still high insulation. So that's all right. Fashion-wise, it's not my favorite, but yeah. Isn't there a saying in English with are no choosers, or losers cannot be choosers, or something like that? It wasn't like that, but something, kind of a rhyme. The server will restart in 5 minutes to update a mod. So let's hope that the update of the... Oh shit, when he updates the mod, it might be that then we get this compatibility problems again. Like then he has the mod updated and I have not, or something. Ah, come on. Yeah, however, let's see what comes. This should just be a little bit of a relaxed afternoon streaming. So there are, with this update, since the update, there are a lot of zombies roaming around just in the middle of nowhere. So it looks like John McLean, the creator of DeerIsle, has kind of abandoned the concept that zombies only loon around in cities, in populated, yeah, well, ex-populated areas. Formerly populated areas, I mean. One more raincoat. Yeah, if I had a knife, I could craft rags out of the raincoat. So, do I have any hint? It's not quite clear. This could be the sun, but it could also be that there is just thinner layer of clouds. Yeah, what I just was about to say, it seems that with this update, there is also zombies spawning just anywhere in the woods. This is something that makes the game a little bit more, let me say, unrelaxed. I pretty much enjoyed the fact that you were relatively safe in the woods. I mean, except for the bears and the and the wolves, but that was a relatively low probability to be attacked by wolves and bears, so at least in the woods you were feeling a bit more safe. Yeah, John McLean has changed a lot on the map, so finding out where I am might be even more difficult. And as always, when I play solo, I used to use no external map. I would only use a map when I find one in game. Okay. Medium insulation. High insulation. Yeah, well, the jumpsuit jacket is not that bad. Would have been much better if I had found jumpsuit trousers. Okay. Children's backpack. Worn. Okay, yeah, that's all right. That's a good find. Pretty important to find some backpack or something early in the game. Well, I could repair the jacket, and there we are. Okay, guys, I'll be AFK just for a minute. Ooh, I have a red light on my mouse. Not that I run into a battery shortage. Yep, be back in a minute. Now, fingers crossed that we can easily get back onto the server, but as I had that light going, just check, I do have a battery here, spare one just in case that my mouse might run out of electricity. So, guys, fingers crossed that we just get back onto this server. The launcher says that it is still offline, so we better wait for another minute. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just a regular server restart, it's like they are, yeah, updating a mod. That was what they said. Yeah, still, that can't take too long. And my guess is that it is only minor changes. Or does anybody of you know of any major new update that's pending? Yeah, so a bit awkward this time. But, well, quality of the stream is excellent. If I look on my Twitch screen, and the Streamlabs desktop also looks pretty stable. So we are very stable at 6,100 kilobits per second. And that's always a good sign. When the bitrate starts to jump, that's a sign of, yeah, that something bad might be abroad. Maybe the server is back. Yeah, nice, all right. So now, fingers crossed that there is oh no, there data verification. There is a more recent version. Please update. Oh, come on. Let's try once more. Nope. Okay, guys, so we have to update. Yeah, it's not a surprise. So, question is which mods. Are there to be updated? Yeah, let's see. Maybe if we restart the game on that server, if we are lucky, we will get the update right away. Let's try it and play. Fingers crossed. So this is a bit of a trial and error thing. Sometimes it's also like you just retry, restart 4 times, and the 5th time it works. Yeah. JMC EG. Yeah, come on. Mystery DeerIsle mods. Can I find them? No, can I reload that one? Okay, that's a short one. Okay, now let's start the game once via the official in-game launcher. This sometimes helps to switch between them. Oh, I just have to find the server. There it is. Beitreten. Join. Let's see what we get. It looks like he has uploaded something. Okay. Was it the correct one? Let's check that once more. Mystery DeerIsle. Come on, let's try it once more. Game is getting started. Upload of the mods. Yeah, that's maybe the problem. There seem to be updates pending right this afternoon. And so this is sometimes a problem of synchronization of the servers getting the updates and the players getting the updates locally. Data verification error. JMCEG. No, I don't want to delete all the workshop mods. Yeah, now it's a little bit of a patience game. Maybe let's retry once more on that path. mystery. Let's try once more. Looks like there are come on. The mods are up to date, he said. Alright, let's see now. 33, Android that, NVIDIA protection. So ChatGPT, could you please check the web whether there was a recent update of the DeerIsle 6.0 map? Okay, let's reload the DeerIsle official experimental dev build. All right. I tried once more. I have updated this DeerIsle thingy, but it was just a very small data set. So Yeah, I don't think that it's gonna work. No, I get the countdown, but fingers crossed. I never got so far up to now, but ooh, yes. There we are. All right, guys. There we are again. Yeah, a little bit of fiddling around, trial and error, unsystematic fiddling around. That was actually it. I don't need nails because I never built bases. Another school backpack. This one is pristine. So this one is only worn, so good point to change it. Yeah, guys, thanks very much for your patience that you're still there. Well, actually, I didn't do anything about the quality. Maybe the sound is a little bit low. I'm playing right now just one-to-one with the settings of U-Boat. And I think I have to tune up the game sound a bit. And I'm not quite sure about the graphics, so I would be very, very thankful for any feedback. If you do have anything that looks weird or maybe good or whatever is remarkable about the graphics, and well, if there is any trouble, a Makarov Mag, nice, with a few rounds in it even. So now we just have to find the suitable gun for that mag. On we go. I have to admit, at least we have some sunlight now. So it's, what was it, 11 o'clock? So this would be north. And the sun, yeah, it's hazy. We do cast a shadow, but you don't clearly see the sun. It must be somewhere there, south. I do have a guess where I might be. Yeah, it feels a bit familiar. Let's see if there is a road over there. Don't need wire. Another bomber jacket. Also in bad condition. Just like the one I have. But I think in terms of camo, I better like my gray one. Yeah, okay. Helmet, biker helmet. Nah. The biker helmet gives you good protection in melee combat and also good protection from cold, but still I don't like it because it muffles your voice, and I want to be kind of free to communicate with other players. This could be a melee weapon, yeah, but Yeah, you're so slow with that one. Denim shorts. Yeah, we could craft rags out of them. By the way, now that we have found the screwdriver, maybe we could actually do that. We have the t-shirt. Craft some rags. The shorts just as well. Yeah, sooner or later we could craft a rope if we have sufficient rags. On the one hand, we can use them as spares for bandaging, but we would have to disinfect it first. And on the other hand, we could sooner or later craft a fishing rod if we have something like 12 rags in total finally. Let's keep this one for now as a spare, just in case that our jacket becomes even more severely damaged. Just want to take a look what we have over that ridge. I think it's something like 40 people on the server. So this is high probability of meeting people here. There is a second one. I think I heard a second zombie. So let's make this fast. Damaged rags, alright. I thought I heard a second zombie. But maybe I was wrong. There is a second zombie, so close the door. And for now, we are on our own. Wow, I hate this noise when you hear a zombie screaming out there. That really scares me still after all these years playing the game. I never got used to that. Now inventory management. Fuck. Hi, how are you doing? Don't be scared, I'm up here. And I'm completely harmless. Hey. Hey. I'm not doing anything. I have any weapons, actually. You got a mic? Okay. So the guy doesn't trust me, obviously. Hey, don't worry. Okay. Amazing. The guy was just passing through. He must have heard me and my message, but he just ignored it. Or, well, he just wanted to get away. So we have the pristine tracksuit pants, which gives us medium insulation. Yeah, let's craft some improvised gloves. And maybe also some improvised face wrappings. So that guy obviously didn't trust me. Does my voice sound so untrustfully? Untrustworthy, I mean. Let's craft a rope. It will not be the best condition, but old DayZ saying, better than nothing. Well, let's carry on. It's a bit scary that the guy did not want to communicate. Yeah, the problem is when there are these guys around, these type of guys who don't communicate and who completely distrust you. It's like, hey, hi. Hey guy, was it you just there in the building? Hello? Hey, I don't want to go on your nerves, but hello? Alright, so if you don't want to communicate, you don't have to. Yeah, the guy did have a gun, and I think he should have heard me on that distance. Hiking pants, let's pick them up for now. Peacoat is a nice piece of clothing. I prefer it to the bomber jacket, actually. It has best insulation. But some 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but yeah, some a bit less carrying capacity. But nevertheless, it's in better shape and it keeps me warm. What about the hiking pants? In comparison to the tracksuit pants, the hiking pants give low insulation, the tracksuit pants give medium insulation, probably the tracksuit pants. Hey, come on. It looks a bit uncool to be in the apocalypse in tracksuit pants, I would say, but it's definitely the better choice at the moment. Oh, hey, that sound scared me, although it's a beautiful sound. WSQA, thanks very much for the follow. It's a pleasure to have you. Hope you're fine. Let me just see that I did not overlook any communication. Oh, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Just lurk if you want to lurk. But let me mention that I'm always glad also to get some comments in the chat. that guy. He was having a gun, but he still was running away, so I mean, either he didn't have any ammo, but I would not take an unloaded gun into my hands, because the gun in your hands is, for many people, the invitation to shoot you. Okay, the quilted jacket. What about the sling bag? The sling bag is cool, but the school bag actually has more inventory slots, so badly damaged trail shoes. Can I repair them with the duct tape? I think not. I think you need the leather Zuin kit for repairing them. Yep. So I'm not gonna carry them around with me. But yeah, we can open that one with the screwdriver and have a bit of food now and then. One, two, three. Okay, so we dropped quite a lot of that food because we did open the can with an improper tool. So this is, oh yes, we do have some kind of infection, but I hope that it goes away when we just have had a few bits of it. Do I want to go north? Maybe I better go northwest. Yep, this should be northwest. Keep in mind that it is around lunchtime right now, so this is south. Do we dare to get up here? Let's just hope that the gun guy is not around. I mean, I'm not playing DayZ so regularly lately, but in the past, not finding something up there was a very hard indication that there was a player around recently, because there was always loot up on these hiking stand, on these hunting stands. Okay, hockey helmet, rust insulation, low. What if I would apply? No, I can't repair it with the duct tape. Usually you say you can repair anything with duct tape. Come on, let's craft a few more rags. Okay, if we are running around with tracksuit pants, then at least Let us have the black ones. There's a lake over there. North. West. Yeah, come on, let's go west. There is another hunting stand over there. Let's get going this direction and maybe we find something here. Nope. Okay, zombie. I thought there was another hike. Yeah, there it is. Another hunting stand up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. 5. She's tough. 6, 7. Oh, come on. That's... Okay, that reminds me that on this server here, on the... no, I'm not on the Wildland server, I'm on the Mystery server. Yeah, that's good, because on the Mystery server, I ran into super tough zombies. Zombies where you... Yeah. I fired a complete mag of P1 into the zombie and something like 6 rounds with a shotgun and quite a few headshots among them, and they just didn't die. So I actually managed to kill, in one run, I managed to kill several of these hardcore zombies because I did have enough ammo. But finally I ran into such a hardcore zombie and was attacked at the same time by a bear, and yeah, that was it finally. Yeah, back then, in this, it's just something like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it was on the Wildland server. I think I killed 2 or 3 of these hardcore zombies on in that live, and I played that live for something like 3 or 4 sessions. So I already dumped a lot of hours into that live just to finally being pretty well geared and then running into such a super zombie and a bear at the same time. Oh, what do we have there? That's good, a hip pack. And it even has some stuff, a map. And there's the Gorky bar, very good, some food. And yeah, we can take a look at the map, because I am already pretty sure where I am. So let me show you where we are. I think I think we are south of Cushville. So you see that lake? South of Cushville, we are just about passing along the northern shores of that lake. And at the western end of that lake, this is the castle, and the castle on the hill to the right is actually not drawn on the map. So the question is what to do and where to go. Maybe we should turn back to Stonington, but for sure there will be loads of people there. Maybe we should better turn north. Could go to Hazelands. Over there, but that's a long walk with almost no food with us. And going for the airfield without equipment is also not a good idea. So maybe we should better turn north at the end of the lake and just hope for the best that we run into a few small buildings. To get some loot, to get some food. 1, 2, never eat more than 3 bites of that, or you would get a permanent sickness. Yeah, I wouldn't go for the castle. I would not venture for the castle right now. On that relatively full server, quite high population. My gut feeling tells me that these large castles actually attract a lot of people, and it's not very well to see somebody sneaking upon you. We could check that hiker's place, shall we? I mean, we are at the very beginning. We are a fresh spawn. We don't have much stuff, so just anything might be useful. So let's get there and check it. Yeah, we are still yellow in terms of drink and food, but we are white in terms of body temperature. So our clothing is alright at least. What is that sound? Let's hope that it's no bear. Oh no, I think it's not. Yeah, that unknown food can seems to be pretty nauseating. So, hoodie, a damaged hoodie. That doesn't help us at all. We already have a good jacket, which is alright. Okay, interesting. So this is one of the servers where we have this slowing down when it becomes too steep. To be honest, I don't quite like that concept, but well, it's not too bad as well. So shall we try and check that small castle up there? Yeah, it's out of sight, but it must be up beyond that slope. Oh. Oh, it's a military zombie. How is it that there is a military zombie around here? They are usually tougher. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm a bit surprised to run into a military zombie up here, but it might be that I am close to that chasm. Devil's Eye, where I once had a beautiful random team up. What is this? I think it's here, yeah. What is it? Is there something over there? It's a zombie. And there is this strange, weird noise. Yeah, this is what people call the Devil's Eye. Okay, what is this? What weird light effect is that? What weird effect is this? I get there and it gets completely dark, but completely. Okay, I don't have any light, so now it would have been nice if... Oh shit, come on. Let's just get away from here, that's too weird. Yeah, I remember there are loads of military zombies on that hillside. They almost killed me once, and now I need drink. I wonder if there is any wells within that castle. I mean, each castle has a well, hasn't it? But the question is whether I find it in a reasonable time. Okay, so there is not much time left to change location. So let's go for the castle and explore it. There is something up there in the hunting stand. I can't quite figure out what it is. A jacket. Bomber jacket. I'm perfectly fine with my pea coat. Of course I could drink the water from the river, but I would definitely get sick from that, particularly in my weak condition that I am because of my dehydration. Well, this I don't like. This feature, it's on certain servers it is, but I'm always thinking that how bad it is when you are in a gunfight and then suddenly step onto such a steep area and can only go in slow-mo. Can't sprint away from being at the point of a gun. Yeah, let's get in there. We don't have anything to lose at the moment. Sometimes you find some loot around here. It's a hoodie. Well, shit. No problem, but I was just checking my smartphone in parallel and closed that window. But yeah, all right. I actually doubt that there is a well around here. Let's just hope that this is not a new feature everywhere, that it gets dark when you enter the tower. No. That was weird. Maybe it was a bug. Now let's see if we find some useful things up there on top. That looks like a repeater. Are we lucky and get some ammo with it? Yeah, nice. A repeater with 4 rounds. It's 357. Although the best gun doesn't help you much when you are dying of thirst. Yeah, well, maybe I should not loom around here for too long. Looks like there is nothing to loot, but you never know. Let's check it directly. And now let's finish that. 1, 2, 3. So, anything up here? No, obviously not. No movement. No movement to be spotted. What is that? I already thought I was trapped around here. Okay, a knife is useful, but still, you can't drink a knife. And I am all red in terms of hydration. Problem is that, to my experience, to find food and drink in these castles is a relatively low probability. Hunter pants is great. They are damaged, but I'm 100% sure that I can repair them with my duct tape. And then I actually do have my favorite type of leg gear in my favorite type of camo. So this has more carrying capacity and it gives me decent warmth, high insulation. Yeah, that's fine. That's very good. Although at the moment it looks like I won't live long to enjoy my new trousers. There is nothing. Or is this something? A P1 mag. Well, now I have a P1 mag and I have a Makarov mag. But no, not the according pistol and nothing to drink. There's just nothing up here. Nope. Okay. All right, there are a few bugs here and there. Here. Let's carry on quickly. These laggy passages. Come on, fingers crossed. But yeah, this is not the loot area for food and drink. That's the problem. Oh. Okay. Yeah, but as we all know, you should not drink bottles that you just find. Another. Okay, this one is pristine and this one is worn. So let's swap it. Nice. entrance from this side, which is kind of logical. Oh, I thought I could get in here, but that would be a daring jump. Is there stairs? No. No chance to get up there. So that's the question. How would you get there? You could jump onto the battlement from up there, then run all the way and then jump down, and you will get quite some damage. Okay, zombie. No, it looks like he didn't recognize me. Pristine hiking jacket. High insulation, but it protects me better against moisture. But I don't like the color. No. Considering that this server has a lot of players on it, camo is really some issue. I have to keep in mind. Another. Oh no, this is a BK with no rounds, but so now I do have a second gun. The BK is a hunting rifle. I think it is single barrel, isn't it? Yep. So let's trade it for the shovel. Yeah, when I start getting blinking red, I'm gonna drink that water that I found. Come on, let's kill that zombie. There is always a little probability, small probability that you get some useful loot with him. 2, 3, 4. Wow, tough one. 5, 6, but no, nothing. Yeah, well, where should he hide something? He was just in his underpants. I pretty much like the cowboy hat in terms of style, but of course there is a lot of other headgear that gives you much better protection from melee damage as well as from cold. Okay, there seems to be nothing. It can't be long until I am in the blinking red state of dehydration, and then I will start limping, I think. Okay, yeah, that's where I already went. Just didn't see that you can get through the wall, through the battlement there. That there was a breach in the battlement. Okay, badly damaged. Mine is better, and mine did have content. Again, a mag, is it? Another P1 mag. Well, let's pick it up one by one, although at the moment it doesn't help us too much. We need something to drink. Yeah, we found that half a bottle of water, but yeah, you should never just drink water if you could avoid it. So it's pretty high probability that we will get sick from it. Okay, there is a zombie. So let's... Ooh, that was some graphics bug that you usually don't have. There again. So that place is a bit buggy actually, and see here we can't run along. Can we walk around like that? Yeah, we can't. Yeah, the map is experimental, that's what it says. This is where I came in, is it? I think not. This is still another gate, yeah. Some crisps, but that doesn't help me against our thirst. Not at all. I think in the early times when it was still a mod, there were certain types of food which even would make you more thirsty when you ate it. They don't have it anymore, but I pretty much like that feature. We are losing health. We are constantly losing health due to our dehydration status. What's that? A Sporter mag, okay. So I'm getting a lot of mags around here without having any of the proper pistols. So guy, how are you? Take 1, 2, 3, 4. That was it, but nothing to loot on the guy. Yeah, what I would need would be a can of Coke or any beverage, because they are safe to drink, but not that water bottle. And another gun. This is a shotgun. Yeah, nice. I think I prefer that one to the BK, particularly because this one comes with ammo. decay. Yeah, there is this graphical bug with the shotgun and the ammo. I really wonder why they never got that under control. That bug is so old. I mean, it's not too bad, but I'm a bit surprised that nobody did something about that bug all that time. I think it's there since years. Okay, amazing that this zombie actually spotted us from that distance. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, a lot of zombies there. I don't want to run into 2 zombies at a time. So the sun is already sinking. Yeah, what was it? I think time acceleration on that server was 4. Factor 4. So this must be roughly west. And we still don't have anything to drink. But I like that server. I really like that server, and I particularly like that it's relatively populated. So I've been playing a lot of DeerIsle since years, but in the past it never had much population. That was always the pity about the DeerIsle servers, that they were relatively deserted. But yeah, in the past DeerIsle became more and more prominent, so well-known streamers were playing on DeerIsle, and so by now I would say DeerIsle is very popular. And not only because of the update, but even before. You could find fully populated DeerIsle servers. So what would I have liked better, being on the western, on the northern, or on the southern shore of this one? I think I would have liked better to be on the northern shore. Let's see if we can reach the bridge from here. But I think it would be too much climbing. Yeah, we are not yet blinking red. And up there, this is Devil's Eye, the entrance to that mysterious cave. Ah, nice. Can we just walk along here? Yeah, okay, alright. Now I'm blinking red. That's the point in time when I'm gonna drink this water. May it be tainted or not. Yeah, I think it's the 100% safe thing that I'm gonna get sick from that. What shall I do when I don't have anything to drink? Here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, let's see, maybe I can avoid to damage that cap of him, not hitting his head. because I like that hat. I would like to get it. So when you don't head hit them, they are pretty tough. Here we are, it being still pristine, nice. So although the cowboy hat looks much cooler, this one gives me the better protection from cold and the better camo actually. En passant, this one also gives a bit of nice camo. So I pretty much like the look of mine right now. I don't want to look, usually I don't want to look military-like, frightening guy, but I prefer to look like, yeah, the nice hiking guy. But, well, the improvised hiking guy, not the hiking guy with all the high-tech gear. So let's go for Milo. Oh, okay. Military tower up there. Oh. Ah, that's a pity. I could have tried to shoot that with my Winchester. Maybe I still can. Is he settling down there? Is he settling down? Or is he just keeping on running? If he is gonna settle down there, I would try to sneak upon him and shoot that one. I do have a Winchester rifle, which should be alright for that. Oh, come on. He didn't spot me, did he? Not on that distance. I am too inexperienced with that gun. I don't know how much drop I have to take into account. Hey! And there it vanished. Come on. Don't give me that buck. Shit. Shit, that was a bug. It just spawned away. So let's get yeah, we are not yet infected, but I think we will be from that bottle of undisinfected water that we had. Oh shit, that was a hit. Tough guy. Where is the deer stand? There it is. So let's get there sneakily and see if we can get an eye on these, on the stag. It was 2 stags, wasn't it? But looks like they despawned. Too bad. This is something that I never saw happening before. But I think it's not worthwhile. So where is the sun setting? Over there. Come on, guys. Bomb jacket, great. Exactly what I don't need. Yeah, let's follow the sun. We follow the taillights out of the city, moving in a river of red. As the colors fade away in the dusky sunset, we rove through the darkness ahead. If it might ring a bell with somebody in the audience. A decent knife, that's good. I wouldn't use it as a weapon. That's better use. So now the sun is finally down, is it? Wouldn't go too close to this tower there. This is already the end of the airport area of the military installation. Yeah, so let's not get there. If I found some apples or something. Whoa, airfield, yes. I never like that. It's obviously 1719. This is something that I don't like. I mean, it doesn't disturb much, but this is some unrealistic additional information to tell me that I am now close to the airfield and what time it is. This is completely anti-DayZ concept. So up to now I was always something like, thinking that, okay, there might be missions, there might be some kind of flow of missions on the maps that you can do, but you could just leave the missions undone and play classical DayZ. But this is, for me, already too much interference of the missions with the gameplay. In the gameplay, you just have the means that you have, and we don't have a clock, so we would never be able to tell that precisely what time it is. When you have some experience in the game, you can tell the time by the position of the sun and things like that. But when it's completely overcast, you can't do even that. So apple, but it's rotten. Yeah, great. This zombie had a rotten apple with him. Suits him well. I'm actually wondering when my family will be back. This already looks pretty much like military area. So this is now, yeah, I'm passing by the airfield in the south, which is somehow okay. What is this? An armband. Don't know what this could be good for. I could put it on so that people think that I am in a team. Let's check 3 trees, but if we don't find anything, we are not gonna waste time to check the whole orchard. Let's better get some distance between us and the airfield. Of course, as the server is relatively highly populated, there might be a lot of other players creeping around along the airfield, sneaking around. So our health is completely restored, and we don't quite know if it's completely, but at least the bar is full again, the health bar. But we are back to red in terms of drink, and up to now we don't have any infection. It could still come. Sometimes it takes pretty long until the effect of an infection actually becomes visible. Yeah, if we wouldn't have drunk that unknown liquid in the water bottle, we would be dead by now. Zombies down there. And also one zombie up here. It's not a military guy. So let's go for him. There is another one over there. Yeah, guy, come. Wow, there is a lot of zombies down there. 1, 2, 3. I really don't want to get entangled with these 2 guys down there. They might even be military. So let's see that we take a wide berth around them. Okay. There is a settlement. Let's get there. And see if we find something to drink, but let me first put myself briefly here into some of these trees and let me write short SMS. Yeah, just asking my family. Well, they are on the way. I'm not quite sure when they arrive, but I would like to have some food ready for them. Like, not right now. Now it's something like half past 4, so not yet time for dinner. But yeah, let me see. I guess that they will be here within something like the next 1 or 2 hours, and I still have to prepare some goulash actually. If this term actually works in English. Goulash, do you know what I mean when I say that? Hungarian style kind of stew, is it? And all of these, most of these zombies have any loot on them. Very nice. The dusk that we have here becomes a little bit foggy, and slowly it becomes darker. I have no idea how dark and how long the nights actually are on this server. I usually never check these apartment buildings. At least in the past, there was never much loot in them if you consider the effort that it takes to go through all the rooms. But maybe I'm just curious to get to the roof and get an overview of the site. But hey, it just takes too much time and not too much probability to get some decent food or drink there, so let's better go for these buildings which have higher probability of spawning me something to drink. Yeah, most of the food also gives you a bit of just talking about food. Now I am also red in terms of food. Which means that my decay in health is actually doubled, and I have my stomach growling all the time, which makes me very nervous because it almost sounds like zombies sneaking around. Tracksuit something. Hiking jacket, pristine, yeah, wonderful, but and a knife, which is also useful. Let's just pick up the knife for now. But guys, what I need is food and drink, or drink and food. Yeah, let's check that other building there, and well, in these sheds in the yeah, let's first check that house. It's higher probability of finding something to eat there than in these. No food. Hey, what was it? Okay, on some servers you had this mechanism that you only find canned food at the southern coast, and the further you go to the hinterland, the less probable finding canned food or canned beverages was. There is another building. Let's check that one next. just find a can of Coke or Fanta. What is this? There is gunfight. There is the faint reports of guns. Yep. So that's other players fighting each other, but pretty far away. Nothing. Pretty far away, so far that it's hard to tell where it comes from. Teddy bear. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose track of my position. Hey, Private Ryan. Good evening. How are you doing? Yep, the chat was pretty quiet for the last hour. So glad to hear of you. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. I had a nice relaxing weekend because this weekend I was all alone at home. My family was away, and so much I love my family. I also now and then love to have a whole weekend just for me doing stupid things. Well, actually I also had to do a little bit of work, but mainly just hanging around, watching TV, surfing the internet, and oh, why am I vomiting? Yeah, okay. Alright, so now that's the sickness. It takes that long. It actually does take so long until the infection actually kicks in. So, but down there, this is our salvation. No, I don't have an open bottle of wine. It's just 4:30 around here in the afternoon, so not yet time for an open bottle of wine. Yeah, but it would be nice to have. So that's the Scouts camp, yeah, and it's 6:20. This is what I don't quite like about that new version of DeerIsle, because this is exactly that type of information that you don't have. And this is what makes the game DayZ so authentic, that you really have only information here that you would have. I mean, of course, there are these highly modded servers with safe zones and the compass in the HUD head-up display and things, but in the vanilla-like servers, you don't get these kind of information, and that's good. Let's close the doors. I don't feel in shape. Making backpack. Okay, no. Let's see if we find some medicals around here that will help us with our sickness. But yeah, the place looks rather looted. The place really looks rather looted. Somebody has been doing inventory management there, obviously. Nothing. Too bad. Too bad. So shall we go down? Guns blaring. Oh, what's that? There will be a lot of zombies around. Chlorine tablets, this is what I would have needed before to codeine pills. Let's see, codeine pills, do they help me? Let's see, what if I take the codeine pills? Treating weak or moderate pain. Let's take one codeine pill. Okay, nice. P1. Nice. I know that there is a well over here. Problem is that we are probably gonna vomit again now when we drink, but let's take 3 sips and then see what the effect will be. Charcoal tabs, great, this is what we need. Charcoal tabs should help to get rid of the sickness of that infection. Fill the bottle. Rubber slugs for the shotgun, okay. We don't have food, so we are dying anyway right now. Check for food. We are blinking. At least we are not vomiting. So we found the right medicine. But now we are actually starving. And we found the well. We need food. If it were only an apple lying on the floor, but not quite sure whether apples do spawn here on that map. A rotten plum. Well, wonder if I could eat the rotten plum. Okay, what's the matter here? So now I get some lag. I am getting some lag. And there is the plum. Let's eat it. Okay. I would say we do have an issue right now with the connection. Can't I eat it because it's rotten? But here also, yeah, there is some connectivity problem. I can't just manage my inventory. Okay, there I am dead. Yeah, but it was nice to see that just in the last moment we found that charcoal tabs which would have cured our infection that we got from the tainted water. And the well, and finally it was just the food that was missing that killed us. Well, alright, so I'm gonna call it a day for now. And as I have to get up early tomorrow for work, there will be no late night stream. So, thanks for being in the stream. It was a pleasure to have you guys. And so we will see whether I'm going to do one or the other late night stream over the week. But definitely latest on Thursday will be my next stream. So guys, have a good one. See ya. And have a good rest of the Sunday. Bye bye. Of the Sunday. Bye bye. Of the Sunday.